We're live. Hello, everybody. This is Danny
and Wanda
from Deep South Homestead. We are sitting here on a rainy Saturday afternoon.
Doing good to live stream, maybe.
If it even works. I mean, the thing about it is, I'm looking in yonder at the, it is just like a Christmas tree lighting up and down. So we'll see. We'll see if we are able to actually stream or not.
Deborah made it in.
Yeah.
I'm eating popcorn so I can enjoy the view.
Yeah, was one of those munching on some of that good old whirly popcorn.
It was pretty good.
It was good. Still is.
Danny's been eating on it off and on all day, going by getting some.
I have been. I've been nibbling on it as I go along. There we go. Here comes all of our friends popping in here.
Yeah. Lots of them.
Lots of them. Boy, they're just rolling
Shelly,
in.
Tammy, Jen, Florida Homesteader, Duncan, Breathe, Country Homestead Preacher, Tennessee Girl, Kubota Acres, Georgia Garden Girl, Time to Sow, Red Duchess, Courtney, Rhonda, Christy, Betty.
Georgia Garden Girl, Christy Beth, Two Wild Onions. Oh, I like that one. Two Wild Onions. Andrea, Kelly, Odie.
Two Family
Homestead, Florida Homesteader. My goals, Florida says, are to grow more food and store more food. Yoo-hoo. Just in time. Hello, Hank the dog. From Jacqueline. Okay, guys. Everybody's piling in here now.
They all come and visit.
All visiting, ain't they?
Yeah, okay, I gotta put the popcorn down.
Okay, yeah, you gotta put the popcorn down. Rainy 87 here in 87?
Whoa, I thought we were warm.
It got up to 60 something. No, it got 57 today was the highest it got.
Yesterday was in the 70s.
Yesterday was in the 70s. 71, 72 yesterday. Today, 57 was the high. Raining, cool, just windy, nasty.
Sinclair said he made it, finally. And he got his wife a whirly pop, and she loves it. It makes some good popcorn.
It does make some good popcorn.
Freedom Makers made it in. Richard,
there is Happy Head Amanda.
Grandma Rose.
Grandma Rose.
We got lots and lots of people.
There's Brenda and Mr. Mark.
So.
And Country Homestead Preacher. I don't know if that's Jen or if it's actually Donnie and
it's
Annabelle.
Probably all of them.
Probably the whole family sitting there, more than likely. Yeah.
Beth and Dixie Livin and Cindy and Mama Tried, Broussard.
Amanda said she should have made popcorn tonight.
Enjoy the popcorn.
Warm and muggy here in southeast Georgia, Mama Tried said. It's kind of damp and cool here.
Yeah.
No, it's been a nasty day all day.
It's been drizzly. It's not been it's one of those days you don't want to get outside, but it's a nice day just to stay inside.
Yeah.
It's just
Mark said it's 23 in here in Kansas.
Wow.
Brenda says 26 and cold here.
Yeah.
Yesterday was a very rainy day here, but not as rainy as it was around us.
Sinclair said Missouri's at 21 and dropping. Whoa.
Yep.
Well, they're in that area where it's dropping pretty fast.
Well, I told you the way that got that belt coming across the United States, and there's another one. There's another cold spell gearing up right now to hit us. I think this coming weekend. It's actually
we're supposed to get kind of cool.
It's dropping down, going to be coming across Texas again, and hitting us pretty hard this coming weekend. But
Geeky Gardens and Homemade Home. Yeah. We got Holly Haven. Prepping, not panicking. Tell Sarah hi.
Yep.
So Broussard says they've had over 6 inches of rain there. My hometown has had over 10 inches of rain as of yesterday, and I'm not sure how much they got today. I think it kind of leveled off today and the water receded, but they had flash flood.
Flash flood. And Wanda actually, her sister and them were actually locked in their home. They can't.
The road washed
away. The culvert and everything's gone. They can't even drive out. And they do have I think somebody put a little board thing over it.
Temporary bridge for them to walk over.
To walk over it so they can get out.
But that, when things like that happen, you're not expecting your culvert to go away.
Yeah.
So flash flooding's terrible. Sunshine wants to help plant popcorn this year.
She's ready to come south.
So we're going to let her plant popcorn this year.
We'll let her see if she can plant some popcorn. If Amanda ever gets here.
She'll be here sometime. Okay, so this time we're going to talk about our what we did for 2018, our goals.
What our goals were for 2018. We had 5 goals.
If we met them.
Did we meet our goals for 2018?
And then we'll talk a little bit about our goals for 2019.
That's interesting.
But
okay, you went back and actually looked at our video last year, didn't you?
Yeah, the video from last year about this time we did with Liz Zorab. I think 5 goals for 2018. And the 5 that Danny and I listed, we're going to talk about each one of them a little bit and see what happened and whether we met it or didn't.
Whether we met or didn't meet it. How about it? Let's get the ball rolling. How about number 1?
Animals. In the video, we talked about with the animals that we were going to get rid of the sheep, get rid of the pigs. So we did get rid of the sheep.
Got rid of the sheep.
We still have the pigs all year long, did not get rid of them, and we've added 2 more pigs.
And we've actually added another breeding pair of the large black hogs.
Yeah, so we still want to get rid of the first 2, but we've just let them keep going this year. So that's one thing that we didn't get done. The rabbits we wanted to ramp up, and we did that. Till the summer.
Till the hot weather set in.
And we
downed all of them.
Downed all of them then, but we did have lots and lots of rabbits until probably May, June, somewhere
around there until it started heating up.
Then we talked about the chickens. We wanted to get rid of the buffs and go to a new breed, which we did.
We did the ISAs.
We've downed all the buffs now. We have only ISAs left, and they are producing fabulous. When
those chickens. Let me show you something.
Yeah, we got pictures.
Here we go.
This is only like the last maybe 3 days.
This is like 3 days worth.
Or maybe, I don't know.
3 days probably. And that's with us using 7 to 10 eggs a day.
I have such an abundance of eggs with these chickens till it is crazy.
And how many chickens does this you have?
14.
This is 14 chickens, and we're using let's just say a minimum of 7 eggs a day. Around 7 eggs a day with cooking and eating and stuff like that.
And once they started, I have they've been producing what, 5 months now or maybe more?
Yeah, around 6 months they've been producing. They have not stopped through the winter so far.
So far hadn't stopped. I've got, I think, 12-gallon bags in the freezer, and each of the little Ziplocs that's in it has 2 to 3 eggs in it. So there's 12 bags with like 6 or 8. I don't forgot how many I put in there, but at least 6, if not 8 bags in it. So that's a lot of eggs.
So you got like 12 dozen in the freezer.
Probably.
Probably around 12 to 15
then
dozen.
Extra freezer out in the shop, there's probably around 10 or 12 dozen. And then we have all these sitting on the cabinet. Plus, there's 3 dozen in the refrigerator in the house.
How many's in the shop refrigerator?
About 10 or 12 dozen.
About 10 or 12 dozen in the shop refrigerator.
And we've been eating eggs, and I've been making stuff, and I've been using eggs for everything.
The egg math ain't working. I don't know what's happening.
I mean, people talk about chicken math. Chicken math ain't got nothing on egg math.
No, egg math, I mean, when you only got, how many chickens was it, 14?
14 we get.
And we eat 7 a day, so that means we gain 7 every day. But at the same time, we've got like 25 dozen eggs here.
No, we got more than that, actually. If you count it all together, we're probably 30 dozen or better eggs.
Of a dozen, just stored up.
Just stored. So where did all these eggs come from?
Wow. Wait a minute.
Somebody must where we get these from.
How do we heat our chicken house? First of all, we do not heat our chicken house. There's no need in it. Chickens do just fine if you give them whole kernel corn to eat at night.
I leave the light on.
And we leave the light on in there.
If it's really, really cold.
If you give them the whole kernel corn, their crawl sits and grinds that corn all night, and plus it puts a little bit of fat on them. We give ours 22% chicken laying pellets also, which keeps them extremely healthy and fat. They have no problem standing in the cold. Okay.
Yeah, somebody said we could put them in lime. I tried that, and I ended up with some yuckiness, and I'm not doing that. Some people are having some success, some aren't. I've seen several people that thought they were having some success, decided it's not worth it.
Well, where do we get ours from? We got ours from Stromberg's hatchery.
No, not the ISAs. We got Stromberg's.
We got them from. We got our meat birds from Stromberg's. We got our other ones from is it McHatchery?
No, Mac.
Mac
McMurphy.
McMurphy.
I think it's McMurphy is what we got.
Okay.
And
is it a heat light, Georgia Garden Girl? No, it's just a regular light bulb.
Yeah.
Are y'all allowed to sell your eggs? Yes, you can sell our eggs, but here you can't give eggs away.
For a while, there was a couple of years we sold eggs religiously. Then eggs went up to, as long as eggs were high. And when they went up to like $6 a dozen, we could sell them all day long for $3.
For $3.
But then they dropped down to $1 to $1.50 a dozen, and nobody wants to pay $3.
They went down to 80-something cents a dozen.
Yeah, at one point, yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't give eggs away. These people around here would be all I've ever seen.
So they really, McMurray, that's what it is.
McMurray.
And so we haven't sold eggs in maybe 2 years. And I use eggs in almost anything I can think of to use them. We eat a lot, so, you know. And then we did, talking about that, we did the meat birds. And that was not something last year we even thought about. We were just going to ramp up with the rabbits as an extra source of meat because rabbits produce so well. And when we saw others using the meat birds, we talked to Kevin and Sarah at Living Traditions, and they were really, really pleased. They've been doing it about 12 years, and they said that was the way they did their meat every year. So we decided, okay, let's try it, and we are very pleased. In fact, that's what we did today. You got, show them the...
Which one?
The chicken.
The way we cut our chickens up today?
Yes.
Ta-da! That's how we did our chickens. We stored all of our meat birds in this fashion because Wanda and I will never eat a whole entire chicken in a week. I mean, these chickens are so huge that each section is still, once we cut the backbone out and everything like that, there's still over 3 pounds of meat in each one of these sides.
So that means we got a lot
of meat. You left that one there.
I know.
I've seen that. Okay.
But there's a video coming up next week, hopefully, on that. But on the butterfly and how he butterflies chickens.
Yeah.
Okay, and then, so we got the meat bird, so that put our meat on up. We bartered for beef this year.
Yeah.
We done a lot of canning, and in return, the lady owned a slaughterhouse, so we ended up with beef. We ended up with ground beef and stir fry and some roast out of the deal.
If we had to choose between chickens or rabbits, which would we choose? We would choose chickens.
Well,
chickens are 8 weeks and it's over.
With that.
You get 10 times the meat that you will on a rabbit in 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Rabbits run on 12-week schedules. And we have
then
never...
you got to wait for them to be born
and all that kind of stuff. And you have to... There's lots of poop with a rabbit that you can use in the garden, but there's also a lot more chicken manure with the Cornish cross than they are rabbit manure with the rabbit. So
we were toting, anywhere from 6 to 10
5-gallon
buckets out that were 3/4 of the way full at least every 3 days.
Every 3 days of chicken manure.
I mean, they really put it out. So that takes us to the chickens. This year we added, the turkeys. We talked about ramping the turkeys up, and that happened.
That happened. We ended up with 24 turkeys. We still have 2 hens and 3 gobblers that we need to either sell or we're going to be butchering them here real shortly. One is setting on eggs right now. The other ones are beginning to lay and go broody. So, either they're going to get butchered or if somebody wants to buy them, we'll sell them.
Okay, so somebody said, what is the name of the meat birds? It's Cornish cross. And it says, are they hard to butcher, those chickens? No. They're really not.
It's very easy. I mean, you dip them in the boiling water for about 30 seconds.
You don't go very long and do not get the water very hot.
Do not get the water over 145, 150 degrees for 30 seconds. Put them in a chicken plucker, no more than 5 seconds, and all the feathers are gone. Okay.
And we're going to talk about some of the other animals we've added in a little bit because that goes into why we did things this year. But for animals, those are the ones that we talked about. What we wanted to do with animals, but there's others that we did on top of that. So we have ramped up. Like we bought 2 cows and 3 goats, hopefully pregnant. So this next year they'll be producing some milk
Yep.
cheese, and butter. We're going to have that going.
Do y'all cultivate the manure right into your soil hot, or do you have to let it set for a while? We have a compost pile that's about 10 feet in diameter and about 6 feet tall. We put the chicken manure into that compost pile, and we take the tractor about once a week and we turn it. We probably will be spreading that on the field here in the next few weeks once it dries up a little bit. And when it comes time to turn our broadleaf mustard in for the control of nematodes, then we will turn in some of the compost in at that time too. So we'll have it in our garden.
Okay, so Denise wanted to know what layers do we have. We have the ISA browns, and they asked how many Cornish cross did we have in the pen. We had 24. At week 7, we lost 1. So we had 25, excuse me. And at week 7, we lost 1. And last week we processed 10, and this week we processed the other 14.
The other 14, yes.
Just finished up today.
Yeah. We learned a lesson. When we butchered our Cornish cross, we had 1 chicken left over that we did not have room in any refrigerator to put. So Wanda said, well, why don't we just eat it? Because
the day we butchered,
she says, why don't we just eat it? So Wanda brought it in and put it in the crock pot, and she let it cook, most of the day?
About 5 or 6 hours.
About 5 or 6 hours, and we went to take it out of there, it just falls apart. But we learned it tastes good. It tasted fantastic. The taste was great. The bones would pull right out of the meat and everything, but it was tough. Now,
it was kind of stringy.
It was kind of stringy and chewy because we did not let it set. So we've learned now, we let ours set 3 days, and at 3 days, they almost melt in your mouth. Now, I mean, that little bit of setting does the job.
Yeah, because that one, I could have cleared out another room for it, but I'm thinking, okay, I've got 13 in the freezer. Let's cook one because I was going to cook chicken and I was going to have to thaw one out.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, why thaw it out? Let's just use this one. And so from now on, meat will rest. We've been letting the chickens rest. But that one was, let's experiment.
Well, we always let our deer rest. We let our beef rest. We let our pork rest. Why not let the chickens and the turkeys rest? I mean,
we started this time
doing that, yeah.
Bree said she learned that lesson too. Yes, I do can chicken. I did can some of the first 10. I took 2 of them and took all the meat off and canned it. And some of these that we have in the freezer now, as I have time, I will be canning some. And I do can broth. I've got broth galore, and I've got enough bones, the backbones and the neck bones, to make broth out of. When you see the video next week of the butterflying, you'll see how Danny did it. So I'll have the backbone and the neck to use to make another canner of broth.
They said, how do you? Georgia Gargoyle says, how do you let it set? Well, we go ahead and put them in the shrink wrap bags, and we kind of tuck the top of the bag down into the stomach cavity, and we stand them up on their ends in the refrigerator, and let them set for 3 days like that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Richard says, how would you deal with a grid down situation for your freezer camp meat? We would begin canning immediately.
And that's why we just have several freezers, but there's a video coming up Monday on that. But we have where we start down in the freezers. I'm continually downing, but we'll keep adding back as we put things. So when I have time to can, I go get something I can. I've been canning a lot of broth and a lot of meat this year.
Yeah.
We've canned all our vegetables. There's hardly, I think I had maybe a couple of things of corn, a couple of things of okra.
Yeah.
No veggies in our freezers. There's no veggies.
There's hardly none.
Peppers and onions.
Yeah. Baker Mom says, do you let your meat rest before you freeze it, or does freezer time count as resting? No, freezer time does not count as resting. It must rest at about 35 degrees for 3 days in order for it to be as tender. You got to go through rigor mortis. All that's got to get behind you.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, there was another question. Oh, Sinclair says you call it setting. I call it letting it age. Well, letting it age. Yeah, it's basically the same thing.
Yeah, age. Yeah.
Wanda, do you can chicken dumplings out of a special flour you use? Out of the special flour you use?
Do I make them? Yes, I've made Danny some gluten-free out of the rice flour.
Yeah.
The rice flour, Bob's Red Mill. It's a baking flour mix. It has brown and white rice in it. Will make some good dumplings. You really can't really tell the difference when you make them.
How long do you let your chicken manure compost before you use it? No less than a month. We let it lay at least a month before we try to keep it covered up so that the sun doesn't draw as much of the ammonia out of it as it will.
Yeah. Okay, so the next thing was our gardening. We had several projects that we wanted to do last year, and we did them. And so we're going to talk about the gardening a little bit. One of them was the Cherokee garden.
The Cherokee garden was a total flop. We will never do that again. In our climate, it doesn't work. So we just won't do it no more.
We had too much rain, too much wind, too much everything.
Yeah, everything. It was a bad year for it.
Too many bugs. All our squash got eaten almost. I mean, they get up and be beautiful and start making vines, and then they just all disappear.
All disappear. The squash bugs got them all. It was bad. Amanda says, was it grainy with the bobs?
No. It was pretty good.
I make gluten-free dumplings with no issue with almond flour, Azaleen. Hoot Owl Holler said.
I have not tried the almond flour to make them, but I have done the other, and I have plenty, so maybe Amanda can try them one day.
Yeah,
she makes some one day and see how she likes them. So with the Cherokee garden, not doing again.
Nope, we're not doing Back to Eden no more.
Back to Eden. The tomatoes and the rattlesnake beans produced.
They produced great.
Great. As far as producing. Did wonderful. Back to Eden, no weeds?
No, we pull more weeds. It was so difficult to do anything in that Back to Eden garden because of all the wood chips in the ground. If it had just been plain dirt, we could have hoed it or we could have plowed. We could have done something with the Hall's tools and all that. But with the wood chips, it was hand pull. And we spent more time on our hands and knees trying to keep weeds pulled out.
We lost a lot of other gardens.
We did. We lost
sweet potatoes.
Yeah, we did.
We didn't even get those done.
Yeah.
And so it was more the what are they called, the 1,000-seeder thingies? Mimosa weeds
or they got another
chamber bitters.
Chamber bitters.
Those things just take over, and people said, "Oh, those things you cannot get rid of. They're just not going away."
What is the price of beef on the bone over your way at the processors? We pay around $5 a pound
for ground beef.
For ground beef, beef on the bone.
It varies.
It varies to which cut of beef that you want. If it's a steak, it can be as high as $8 a pound. Roast can be $6 a pound.
Yeah.
So, I'd have to experiment. Let's see. Amanda said, "What's the one above it?" Charlotte said, "Are you still going to try the ground cover this year, Mr. Danny?" Yes, we have the ground cover already down in one of our gardens with the irrigation already in.
The former Back to Eden garden.
The former Back to Eden garden, waiting for our growing season to start.
Yes, we have that one ready. The other one, as soon as it starts getting time, we'll be putting down the ground cover in it.
Georgia Garden Girl says, "No, I just got a 1-ton truckload of chips in my garden, and it may work fine where you're at, girl."
Some people have lots of success.
Good luck with it.
But if you have the mimosa weed or the chamber bitter, they're called, and they get in it, you are not getting it out because those little seeds just fall everywhere, and they will grow on concrete.
Georgia Garden Girl says, "If you have seeds from your Cherokee garden, please let me know. I will buy from you." Yes, we do have seeds from our Cherokee garden.
We did produce.
We produced a good bit of corn. We had the White Eagle Cherokee corn.
And it did really well compared to what we thought.
Not as good as we're used to with the Danny corn, but it did do okay.
Yeah, because we got a lot for seed and stuff, and
And
the beans did nothing. We got no beans.
The Trail of Tears produced absolutely nothing because they were too shaded. They did not produce anything.
Yeah, there was no.
And the squash all died, which we do still have the Georgia Candy Roaster seeds.
We're going to plant somewhere else this year.
Yeah.
Okay, the other thing was so we scratched the back to Eden and we're going with the, whatever you call it, row cover.
Yeah.
Then we had containers. We had success in the containers with.
And we've had success in containers just about everything we've grown. I mean,
we had the butter peas out.
The butter peas done fantastic.
Out there, we had. What did we put?
We had butter beans over here. They did good.
And
we had peppers over here. They did good. We had sweet potatoes. They done okay. We have tomatoes. They did good. We have onions right now. They're doing fantastic.
Green onions are doing awesome.
We have spinach in there. It's doing okay.
Comfrey's
doing okay. We haven't done carrots in a container yet. We want to try that.
That may be something we do this time.
But everything else in the containers is done good. The only thing about container gardening we've learned is with the solar cycles that we're going through right now, container gardening must be done in a semi-shaded area.
Yeah, because they get too hot and dry out in our area.
Tam I am says, be looking for a Christmas package. I'm late in sending it. That's a little bit right what we're paying here. I can't do back to Eden either, Charlotte says. So, please go away there. There we go.
Okay, I saw
okay. Oh, my containers did wonderful this year, Charlotte said. Quake Lake, Sheila always gets offline.
Yeah, she's like us. It went out and it came back.
You left us. Yeah, we're off and on. The weather, guys, is horrendous, so just hang in there. Amanda Foreman said, that's almost said Amanda Freeman. Amanda Foreman says, I want to try carrots in a 5-gallon bucket this year. And so I've seen videos where they did good.
Yeah, and we're going to try a container of them for our summer carrots. We usually don't do summer carrots, but we are so far behind with carrots. Even though we put a lot of carrots up last year, we go through a lot of carrots. So we're ramping up our carrots. Hey, Roots and Refuge.
Time to Sow says, I think Back to Eden does better in cooler climates. I am convinced of that.
Yes.
In the extreme heat where we live, Back to Eden does not work because of the insects, fire ants, termites, all these things are just horrendous here.
Guys, tell Jess from Roots and Refuge hi. She's going to be at our gathering March the 9th here in Wiggins, Mississippi. She's going to be one of our speakers. And we're going to talk about the gathering here in a little while when we get to that part of it in a little while.
Yeah. Amanda said, how are the carrots doing? Amanda, your love garden is
doing better.
It's doing better, but it's still not worth a flip.
Once we got the turkeys out of it eating the carrots, we have some carrots that are up about this tall. We have some that are about this tall. So they're starting to come up when the carrots are not, when the turkeys aren't eating them. For some reason, they like the love garden.
Yeah, Lori's Angry Garden looks fantastic. They got some of those beautiful carrots. My garden is doing fairly decent.
His looks really good, probably twice as high as ours.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be one of those deals. What else? Raised beds. One of our raised beds you took down.
I took it down because the termites was eating the treated boards up and everything.
And it was too high
off the ground. Because we had to spend too much time watering it. It kept drying out too quick in this extreme heat, so we just did away with it.
Okay, and the hugel bed.
No more hugel bed in the deep south.
It's going to be
It's just going to be a terrace from this point on, or a swale, whatever you want to call it. We have fruit trees on the back side of it. The first year or two, it done okay, but now that it's done completely rotted down, it's become a haven for mice and rats underneath the ground. And
weeds on top
of it. You can't do anything with it, so we're just going to keep it where we can mow it or put a cover crop on it or something.
Yes. So we're going to be using it mainly as a swale.
Yeah, Amanda said your carrots are doing bad because it's sad because she had to leave.
Well, then she needs to come back and
take care of it. You need to bring your little hiney back then.
Keep these carrots going because we need carrots. Okay, so the other thing, let's see, that brings us to the trellis that we put up in the front garden, and it did awesome this year.
Done awesome this year. We'll be putting it back.
Yeah.
For the English peas. It done a fantastic job. And you want to do these right now while we got that many people in here?
Yes. Okay. Somebody said they wanted spoons. He did 2 more. They are on Etsy. As far as I know, nobody's gotten one yet.
Nobody's bought them yet.
There are 2 wooden spoons. Go.
So we said we would do it in the live stream and just tell people run if you want it because they don't usually last very long.
Yes. Okay, so that takes us to the third thing that we talked about in our video last year on goals was to have a spring gathering, and we did, and we excelled with it. It was wonderful. We had over 300 people there.
Yes.
What about 40 channels, YouTube
about
channels?
40 YouTube channels were represented, yes.
Yes, and we're going to do it again this year, March the 9th.
Princess are gone now.
What? The spoons?
They're already gone, she said.
Oh, wow.
Wow. They're gone now.
Okay. But
what type of English peas? We're doing the Little Marvel. That's the only one that grows in the Deep South and produces.
Yes. So the gathering is going to be March the 9th. Roots and Refuge is going to be there. Jess is going to speak. Jeremiah may. I'm not sure. But I know she's speaking. It's according to whether she lets Jeremiah say anything, I guess. Danny's going to be speaking. And we may have another speaker. But it's not going to be how-to videos. I've come up with today this slogan, garden like your life depends on it, because it does. We're going to use that as the slogan for the gathering. Yes. It's going to be upbeat. We're going to be encouraging. We want to help people just have a good time and learn. We're not really teaching anything there. Unless somebody at booths does. If you want a booth and you want to show how to do something, that's fine. But we're not doing a conference. We're not having people stand up and teach you anything. The people that are talking are going to be encouraging, and they're going to be
it's about positive motivation. Yeah. Yeah,
motivating speakers. Jess said Jeremiah's a good speaker, so he'll be talking too. So we want people to be encouraged, not discouraged. And you can watch our videos and you can watch everybody else's videos on how to do whatever. So that's why we want to have an encouraging gathering, I guess.
Amanda says they're still on Etsy, but there's 13 people with them in their carts. I guess it's whoever pays first.
Well.
There'll be some wooden spatulas coming up here very soon, y'all.
Yeah, hopefully this week he'll have 4 or 5 the little stirring spatulas done.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was one of our things. The other 2 things that we had on our list of 5 goals for this year, one was the RV and one was the cabin. Both of them went by the wayside because we had other things that popped up the beginning of the year. And it's taken us all year, and things have been going. It was priorities.
It was. It's all about priorities with the coming problems this country's fixing to face.
So we decided it was more important to do things that we knew would benefit us in the long run. The RV would not have benefited us other than just a place for somebody to stay. So it had to go by the wayside. The cabin is still on hold. That's going to be a goal for this year.
That's going to be a 2019 goal, yeah. Somebody answered this question here. We won't let them get past this. Is everyone going to be selling things again? Yes, there will still be people selling things.
Yes, you can get a booth and set up. And if you want a booth to show how to do something, we have Stringfield Ridge. Leah's going to be showing how to do flint rocking. Is that what you call it?
Napping.
Napping. Okay. He's going to be showing napping, how to make
that's good. I need to know how to take a nap.
So, yeah. So that's going to be one of the things that's going to be there. I'm not sure. We've got other people who have contacted me, but I don't know for sure how many of them are going to actually be there and be showing things. So if you're interested, Deep South Homestead Gathering at gmail.com. Let me know what you got. We're going to have a seed swap. That's going to be it. Big seed swap. So somebody wanted to know.
Okay, David says, do you like the powder or granular inoculant for your peas? I like the powder.
Yes.
I use the granular in the soil if I can't get the powder. The granular, I just sprinkle it right down the row before I put the seeds in the row. The powder, I mix it with just a touch of water and put it on the peas and then put it in there.
Yeah. Okay, so at the gathering, I know I will have some jams and jellies. Huckleberry right now, but I've got blueberries, some more huckleberry, and blackberry to make.
Yeah.
Danny, if he gets anything made, would be there, but if you don't, no wooden objects, we'll see. I'm trying to talk him into something for a giveaway, probably a spoon or something as a giveaway.
We'll see.
And we're going to have a booth set up for doTERRA so that you can go by, talk to Amanda and Melissa. They're going to help you make the roller balls. They will be $5, I think, for a roller ball. You make up your combination, whatever, and then you get to talk to them and find out all about doTERRA. So we are going to have the doTERRA. That was one thing that I keep forgetting to mention.
Yes, doTERRA is one of the things that we will be definitely letting everybody get into there at the conference, the gathering.
Yes, and Sherry from Two Family already has a box of seeds from Baker's Creek, so we know we'll have those seeds there. There's seeds. I have a lady from Hawaii that has sent me some seeds. We'll have some moringa seeds. I've got some Malabar spinach seeds now, and if I can think and put some of those on Etsy, I will have them up, but I'm also going to save a few of them for the gathering. So there's going to be a lot of different types of seeds there.
Will Danny be doing a demo on yoga?
If I can get him to.
That would be funny, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
That would be funny. Yeah.
I know one thing I do want to do. We're going to have a lot of the channels that are there call their animals. We're going to see how they call their animals.
That sounds good. Will you have comfrey to buy?
That
depends. We might have a few pieces. We're trying to get our comfrey up and get it going.
We've split it. So
yeah, we've got it split up right now.
I'm not sure if it'll be enough to split again by the conference. If it is, it'll be a few pieces. It won't be like massive amounts.
Yeah.
We will have moringa plants. If they all come up, I did plant the moringa this week. And if they come up, we will have some moringa for sale. Quake Lake says she's donating herbal seeds from the seed guy like she did last year. So there will be some more seeds from the seed guy.
And break your neck on gathering day. No, sir.
What does that mean?
For the yoga.
Oh, the yoga.
Yeah, Amanda says that break your neck on gathering day? No, sir. I might try it. I might do something. I might surprise everybody.
That would be fun. We need some surprises.
Yeah, it might not be the best surprise.
I do know that there's one person, she told me not to tell anybody she's coming, but there's one person that everybody loves a whole lot, and she's going to be there. She wants to surprise some people. And then Jen at the Nut House told me that there's somebody coming in to surprise me and Danny, and we're not sure who it is. She won't tell me.
We ain't sure who it is, but I don't know how many people could surprise me.
I don't either, but maybe so.
Maybe so. I don't know.
So there will be surprises at the gathering. Okay, so one reason we did not do the RV and the cabin this year. You want to explain about the fencing and the animals?
Well, we had
we
had a few things that happened. First of all, we wanted cows, and we knew that cows are a 2-year process to get any kind of return out of them. And our fencing, because of neighbors that are not willing to keep their dogs at home, the dogs kept coming over here. Wanda and I kept having to take dogs home, and we got tired of doing that. So what we did was we decided to go ahead and just put woven wire fencing around our entire property. There was nothing wrong with our barbed wire fencing, but animals could come through it. So we took all that down, replaced all of our fencing, and that took a lot of money and a lot of time to do that, to get that done. And then we developed a problem on the back of our house. And rather than let it go unnoticed, we decided to start tearing into it to see what was wrong. We found out it was more than what we anticipated. So we ended up turning it into a studio room, part of our deck, which is where we're sitting right now. And that took up a good bit of our income.
Yep.
To do that.
And time.
And we're still not through with the room. We still have flooring to go and 2 more walls to go in it. And we'll have it finished at that point. But finances is just low, and we can't, put out a lot of money when you don't have it. Plus, we had to, we've done some things at the barn.
We're starting with the barn.
Yeah.
And then we bought 2 cows.
We bought 2 cows. We bought 3 goats.
3 goats. And then we swapped for 2 pigs.
We swapped turkeys for pigs.
So we've added animals. Then when we did the meat birds, the expense was crazy. It is not cheap to do meat birds. Just saying. You have to keep them fed religiously in order for them to put on the weight because they're gluttons. And so now that that's over, the money that we were pumping into the meat birds can be put aside. The money that we use to buy the cows and the goats and stuff won't be something that we'll be doing this next year. The fencing's done. It won't be repeated. So if we finish all these projects like the barn and stuff, he's ready to go with the cabin, hopefully.
Oh, man. Amanda said, talking to the country homestead preacher, said, a Walmart field trip with Danny as a tour guide. Oh, I'm dying.
No.
No. You don't. If you want something funny, you go to Walmart with me because I say things out loud and people look at me because I've learned I just say what's on my mind.
There's some weird looking people in Walmart.
Yeah.
And you don't want Danny by your side.
You do not want me because I speak what I think in Walmart.
Yeah.
And it don't usually come out very good.
Okay, and I saw somebody said, I lost track. I don't remember what they were talking about.
Oh, let's see here. Yeah, Danny undercover at Walmart would be hilarious. It would. If you had me undercover in Walmart, oh my word.
Okay, and so the other thing was we canned a lot this year. We
did, not only for us, but for others.
Yeah, we did the bartering canning, but for us, we canned a lot, which meant I didn't have room. I ran out of room in the cellar. So you had to build the pantry. So that was another project that we had to do.
Another project we had to knock out. We took a lot of time to build that pantry. Things like that don't just happen overnight.
Yeah. And then on top of that, the lorries, Danny helped them a lot this year. He was over with Brian doing a lot of projects.
A lot of work with the lorries.
Brian's been over here with us. So we've been back and forth helping each other, but it does take time. So this year's been a really different year for us.
We've helped a lot of people this year, and a lot of people's helped us.
We've had a lot of visitors.
Lots of visitors this year.
So we've just had a lot of fun, and we've enjoyed the whole year. And let's see, what else have we got going on? I think that's about it for the most part with 2018.
I want to show him something right quick.
Uh-oh. Not sure where he's going.
This, my friends, was our Deep South Homestead pineapple. We took the top and we put it in some water, and I haven't even looked. I just want to see here. Oh, look at this. I don't know if y'all can see it. See the little...
It does. It's got little...
You see the little white roots? Look at this.
Right.
It's starting to root. So, you know what?
There.
No, I don't want to drip it on the computer. See if I can get it up where maybe you can... I'm trying to find... There we go, right there. You can see the little white roots beginning to come out of it. Don't ever change the water once you start. My grandpa taught me that. If it gets green and algae starts forming, don't worry about it. My grandpa told me, he said, leave it, don't change it. So.
Yeah, and Georgia Garden Girl, yes, you would probably want a table for selling. That's what one I was trying to think of. For selling MREs and prepper food.
Prepper food, yeah.
Food. Yes, that would be good. That was one of the things I was trying to remember. I knew somebody had said that. So I'm going to do a video shortly, probably this week, and it'll probably be on Crazy Days, showing the pantry. It's been about 2 months. I'm going to show you what it looks like and what I got to do. And we hadn't got doors yet. We were going to put doors, but I'm liking it open. And I'm thinking we're not getting that much light because I'm using it so fast.
We're going through it pretty quick.
So y'all will be shocked at how much we've already eaten out of that pantry in 2 months.
Country Homestead Preacher says, how long do you leave it in the water before planting? Only when the roots get about 2 inches long, we take it out and go plant it.
Okay, Brenda asked, did you like the shirts from Paul? Yes.
Yes.
He wore the green one.
I wore the green one. Oh, I love the long sleeve green
almost every day. The long sleeve one. Both of them were green, actually.
I love it. I love it.
Probably in the summertime he'll wear the other one, but the long sleeve one, he only takes it off for me to wash it every 2 or 3 days, I think.
I'm telling you, I love it. If y'all wonder what I'm eating, it's pecan cookies. My neighbor made me pecan cookies. Miss Heather Laurie made me some pecan cookies, and I just love them.
Yeah. What is your most used canned item?
Whoa, that's probably going to be green beans, English peas, or carrots.
Yeah, those three we go through more of the green beans, English peas, and carrots than we do anything else. Those are one of those three, or if not two of them, are eaten every day. So we are going through a lot of those. It takes a lot.
Where can I find comfrey seeds? I don't know, because we don't grow comfrey from seeds. We grow the Block 4, and it grows from the root.
All right. You talk when I quit.
I'm sitting here watching what you're typing.
I know he quits talking. I hate dead silence. Okay, Georgia Garden Girl. It's deepsouthgathering@gmail.com. That's where you can send anything to do with the gathering. If you want a booth or whatever, send it there. $10 for a booth. You bring your own table and chairs, and we'll.
Georgia Garden Girl says, I have pecans galore. Is anyone interested in buying them? Put up how much they are, Georgia Garden Girl. How much are you asking for them? Are they shelled, not shelled? Whatever. I mean, you put all that up so people know.
And put aside some for Danny, just saying, and I'll get with you.
Yeah.
In the email, let me know when you just bring them with you. If you're coming in March, I'll be good. We cannot get enough pecans.
No, we'll have her ship them to us.
Well, she's coming in March. That's only about 6 weeks.
No.
You'll survive 6 weeks.
No.
They
need to be in a freezer.
Well, she can put them in the freezer till she comes.
She may not have the freezer room. Because we got January, February, and March. That's not 6 weeks. That's 9 weeks. Almost 10.
You only got 8. Well, 8 weeks.
Yeah, say 9.
You're not going to be.
On the 11th, that's a whole nother week.
True.
Almost 2 weeks. So
2 months. So
yeah.
You're okay. You'll survive.
I might not.
Yes, you'll survive.
No.
You got plenty. You got to just.
I have to have. We got to have cookies. I don't care.
You got to get to cracking the others.
I know, and I'm working on them now.
We're doing a video on cracking pecans too.
Yeah.
Shortly.
Any suggestions on the best fertilizers for banana trees? Well,
I don't know.
Banana trees like damp, rich soil that doesn't get soggy, just kind of drains well. I would say probably triple 13 fertilize. The biggest thing with banana trees is moisture. You don't want over 3 of them in a clump. That's about all I can tell you at this point, because that's all I know about banana trees. It takes 18 months to grow a banana.
Yeah. Do we want to mention?
What about it?
Okay.
Okay. I'm through eating. Now what?
Let me answer this. If you want to give something for the auction, how do we get with you? Okay.
Through the email.
Through the email, deepsouthgathering@gmail.com, and we'll put up the. I think in all our videos may have the P.O. box number, so. I'm putting in the descriptions of the videos about the gathering, and I think it has the P.O. box number and everything. And if you're wanting to send something for an auction, for a giveaway, or for a, what was the other, auction, giveaway, or raffle. When you send it, please put one of the 3, either auction, raffle, or giveaway, on whatever you send to us at the P.O. box in our description. That way we know what you are intending it for.
Michaela Lynn says, Danny, how bad do you think things will get in 2019 if you know what I mean? I have a video coming up on Patreon the day after New Year's, talking about that very subject.
Yeah. Porch Time
alludes to it this coming week, but on New Year's Day. Mm-hmm. But we have a video on Patreon coming up the day after New Year's that deals with that very subject. And I don't want to give it away here.
Okay. Let's see. All right, Grizz asked us about trolls.
Grizz asked, what did he ask about trolls? I don't know. You're going to have to refresh my memory.
He was saying that did we like trolls? What was our thoughts on trolls?
So well, I don't like them to start with, but because I'm easily pissed off. So.
But you've learned that they are a view. They are a comment, but they usually get deleted.
They usually get deleted or banned, depending on the type of content that they put in here. But I don't always hate them, because if you tap in and you leave a thumbs down, I mean, I don't know why people do a thumbs down. I've never left one in my life. It's the stupidest thing in the world to me. But
if you don't like something,
just walk away. Don't watch it. But you know, somebody clicks in and they leave a bad comment, or they want to be a troll or something. You know, thanks for the view. Because you had to click in to give a view, and you know, if you gave a view, then you paid me. Yeah. So I'm not too upset.
What are some of the things trolls say? That was one of.
I can't say what trolls say.
Well, yeah, you can allude to some of the stupidness.
Well, some of the people go, we're not real, we're fake, we're hobby farmers, we're not homesteaders. We think we're celebrities.
Quite a few on your hair.
Lots of them about my hair, which I don't give a frick about because it's my hair. And if you don't like long hair, then go suck an egg or something. I don't know. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. You'll find out right quick like that I don't like very few people I like. So, I mean.
He likes people. He's being.
He just don't like. Not that kind of people.
I know. You don't like being.
You know, and I know everybody has an opinion. They're just like, well, I better not say that either. I can't say a lot of things on YouTube. Everybody has one. You know, that's the other part of it.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, I never have in my life went to another channel and condemned somebody for what they do or what they look like.
No.
I may not agree with everything that they say. I may not agree with the way they look. Or whatever, or their content, or whatever. But I'm just like, hey, that's what makes this country great, is the freedom to express yourself and be who you are, as long as you're not morally wrong about something. And you're trying to push your morals off on someone else. Or your agendas off on somebody else. I don't badger people like that.
And people that come to our channel, we don't want them badgering our other commenters. If somebody starts something and just keeps on, we will delete that. It's okay to voice an opinion different from ours. We leave lots of those things because not everybody agrees with us, especially like Back to Eden. A lot of people did not agree that what we were doing with Back to Eden. You know.
A lot of people told us we were stupid. We didn't know what we were doing. And I told myself, that's fine. I don't care if you think I know. But they need to come to
South Mississippi and
bring your little hiney down here and prove it. I don't care.
It doesn't work for everybody. And what we do here may not work for you. But we're not going to your channel and saying, hey, look, you need to do it our way or else, you know.
Right.
So that's one of the things. But
right.
Yeah, not to upset you, Dan. No, but
I ain't gonna get. Well, if I get upset, you'll know I'm upset. No, I'm not upset. Trust me, I am not upset.
The trolls usually make him laugh.
They usually make me laugh, and they usually make me think, because I'm like, what can I say back to them that just makes them look like a stupid idiot?
And he usually comments back to them.
And I do usually comment back to them, and then I'll delete it.
Yeah, but now one set of trolls really got him going. We were doing a live stream, and I went into the post office and left him in the
truck.
truck.
Yeah, I remember that one. A two-family should remember this one.
Yes, he was in the truck.
I was in the truck doing a live stream while Wanda went into the post office, and all of a sudden, the chat just started running at an astronomical rate. I could not even read anything. It was going so fast because trolls were hitting it like, there must have been 20 of them, hitting it all at one time. Well, I froze the screen, and when I did, I noticed it was Hebrew. Well, I've studied Hebrew, and I looked at it, and I was like, well, it's not that bad. It's just a bunch of Israelis or someone who's trying to just be humorous. And about that time, I think it was Miss Sherry from Two Family who was moderating for me. And she came on, I think it was her that said, Danny, don't worry about it. They're from Israel. They're just being funny or whatever. And it got to be humorous to me at that point. I was like, come on, guys, let's do this. Let's do this. Y'all giving me views. Come on, go, 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 go. And all of a sudden it stopped.
When he decided that it's okay for them to do that, they went away. Yeah. But it really was funny because the more times they clicked in, the more views we got.
More views we were getting.
Anything or not, I don't know. But
they were actually changing their screen names extremely fast, and it was really funny to me. And then now I've learned to live with it, and but I will strike back. That's one thing about me. I'm one of them kind that strikes back.
That was funny, but when somebody is hateful, it hurts my feelings. Yeah. So we delete those comments because I'll sit and dwell on it and think, okay, do they really have a meaning? Is it really something I should address? Is it? And Danny says I overthink it. So we just delete all the meaning, the really bad ones.
Andrea says, is Patreon a monthly charge or a per video? You can do it monthly.
Yeah, we don't have a per video.
We don't have a per video. It's a monthly thing. It's $3 a month is the price of, I don't know, it's a Coca-Cola in some places, and a latte is more expensive than that. So, yeah.
There's Old School with a modern twist, and Lou's Northern Home. Several people popped in.
Yeah.
Alf. Well, Grizz says he has. He said he's kind of jealous of those who have trolls. He says he never had one on his channel, even though he invites them. Yeah, we get them occasionally. Now, we're not bad to have them a lot. We are probably one of the few channels that can do a live stream and not have some really ugly content pop up. I've been on lots of live streams, and some people can just get really vicious.
Some people can get really vicious. I look at a lot of YouTube channels, and I tell Wanda, I read her a lot of the comments that's on some of these other YouTube channels. I'm a comment reader. And she just looks at me and she goes, really? They put that kind of stuff on a channel? And I'm like, yep.
And the channel doesn't take them off.
No.
So that's kind of really ugly. So
Beth said, what are our goals for 2019? Let's strike that right quick.
Okay, so first off, we're going to finish the projects he has not finished in 2018.
The first goal for 2019 is to finish what we did not finish in 2018. Which may take all of 2019.
He's not starting anything else till he finishes things.
I've got to finish the studio room.
We've got just a little bit more to do in here, and I want it finished and done.
I've got to finish the new addition on the barn.
That's got to happen.
That's got to happen quickly before the babies, within the next month or so.
Yeah.
I've got to rebuild my smokehouse.
That might be down the road.
That may be, down the road.
Because we got to get these two finished first. But that is a process that's going to happen this year.
That's got to happen this year. There's some corral stuff that's got to be done. It's got to be fixed.
Rearranged,
some stuff like that. There may be some more fencing to do if we decide to do more paddocks. Mm-hmm. I've got to rebuild my hog pen as soon as I butcher these 2 hogs.
What else?
Richard Barnes says, is it $3 a month for just one channel, or do you have access to all channels on Patreon? No, it's just $3 a month per channel. Well, that's what our channel said. Some people have $1 a month. Some have $3 a month. Some have $5 a month. Some have $10 a month. Some $50 a month. Some $100 a month.
Yeah.
It just depends on what they set their tier at. We set ours at $3.
That's all we have. We didn't do anything else.
Um,
Okay. Now, once we finish the other projects, the other things we have going on will be gardening, of course. We're not doing a bunch of experimental gardening this year. We're going to be doing.
no, we're running, and I never did answer Ms. Best's question over a while
What
ago.
was it?
No, not Best, it was, Gildan lady, I forgot her name now. 2019 will consist of us doing what we know works. We've experimented with a lot of stuff over the last couple of years, and because of what's coming in 2020 and 2021 in this country, we feel like we should be ramping up our food supply even more. And rather than us experiment and waste our time trying things, we feel like we're going to go with what's proved and what's tried here and worked, and really ramp up our food supply because of the coming shortages of food in this country.
And we think that other people should too. If you know that there's certain tomatoes that work, it's okay to plant one or two experimental somewhere, but plant the majority of what you know will work. Plant it. String beans, if you know, like we know the rattlesnake beans will work.
Yeah.
We'll be planting those. We may try a few more of our contenders. Contenders did nothing last year, but we may try some this year to see if it was a fluke last year, or if it's going to work. But we do know the rattlesnake beans were working, so we're going to do that again.
Now we are trying this year, going to be trying a new pepper. It's the #1 pepper in the nation right now. It was hard to find the seeds because they were sold out of them. And that's called a red roaster pepper. It is a hybrid. We do know that. But we've bought enough seeds that if it actually works, we'll have enough seed to last for several years.
Yeah. And we're going to continue with our normal peppers.
Yeah.
And then if you are used to planting a certain type of corn that you know works, like we're going back to Danny corn. We know it works.
Yes.
It's going to be our corn. We're going to plant some sweet corn this year.
We'll plant some popcorn.
And some popcorn. So we know those three things would be going on. We are going to try and ramp it up with some more peas. The Red Rippers did really awesome.
Yep.
We know that the Pink Eye Purple Hulls do well
here. They do well.
So we will stick with those two pretty much predominantly.
Yes.
What else? We will have some cucumbers. We'll have the normal stuff, okra, that kind of stuff. And so, there's going to be a lot of gardening going on, but it's going to be stuff that we know.
Okay.
Brenda said,
okay, I saw,
see, she said, Audria said to tell you one day she's coming down here and teach us how to make the Tree of Life pendants. Yes, Audria gave me a Tree of Life pendant, and did I show that? I think I showed that in the last video.
I don't know.
If I didn't, I'm sorry, but
There's
I do
lots
have
of videos. I don't know what you showed.
I can't remember what we did and didn't show there.
Country Homestead Preacher says, I can't decide what tomatoes to go with. What do you suggest for us in the South? We do the Amish paste from our seeds here. They're acclimated to our soil. So that's our predominant one. Of course, we do grow the yellow pear tomato for salads. We do some of the Indigo series tomatoes. The Better Boy, Beef Masters, these are some tomatoes that we'll be trying this year. We bought some hybrids for this year. They're supposed to do really well, and I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah, but predominantly our tomato is the Amish paste. That's the one we plant the most of. Yeah. The others will be in other locations where if we're not saving seeds or whatever, we keep them away from everything.
Clarence Clark says, I really like the design on your goat milking table. Well, we just happen to have something right here for those who've not seen. This is our goat milking stand here.
And he actually got it painted.
I got it painted.
One coat anyway.
Well, it's got 2 coats on it.
Does it? Okay.
Yep. I have it all done. I had the bench slid out on the side of it. That bench slides in and hides itself. What we're going to be doing now is we're going to be going to town. I'm going to purchase a rubber mat to fasten to the top of it so that the goat's feet will always be on a rubber mat. They will not be on top of the wood. destroying the wood and messing it all up. It'll actually be on top of a rubber mat in case we need to clean it. So that is what the goat milking stand looks like.
Yes.
And
that's it.
I think that was it on that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Sherry says, yes, I do the Amish paste here in South Central Missouri too. Amish paste, Denise says, is a way to go for canning. I've grown Better Boys for slicers.
Cajun Homesteader says Better Boys. Troy says the Opalka did good for him. Now, we tried the Opalka, and they did pretty good.
They did okay, but not as well as the Amish paste or anything else.
We didn't get as good a turnout, I guess.
Matthew says, are y'all going to sell any Amish paste seeds? We do have them on Etsy, don't we?
Probably not right now. If we have some, if we have enough.
Yeah, we have enough.
Okay, so I may put some more up because when we run out, I have to find out if we still have any. Because we don't want to down our stash. We just sell excess. So I'll put some more Amish paste up. Somebody was asking, do we believe in aliens and UFOs?
Do we believe in aliens and UFOs? No.
I do believe the government has some weird...
I do believe that, well, as a matter of fact, I know the government has certain aircraft that they fly around that they use. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I do know they have them.
Yeah. So if we get into that kind of discussion, that could take us somewhere else. What is in your soil, the soil type for growing tomatoes?
We use lots of lime. We use fireplace ashes. I use corn cobs. As a matter of fact, I have a video on that. Go back and look at my videos on planting tomatoes, and you'll see exactly how I plant my tomatoes here at Deep South Homestead, and they do really good.
Mr. John said he will be trying the Amish paste this year. Mr. John has like one of the most fabulous places in Florida that he just kind of grows all kinds of stuff. He does really, really well with the back to Eden. I wish he did videos because I've seen what his place. Yeah. He showed me his pictures. One person I know of that does back to Eden and does it well. He doesn't plant just a little bit of stuff. He plants a lot of stuff and does well with it.
Yeah. PWW says spoons are gone from Etsy now. No Amish paste on Etsy. Cherokee tan pumpkin seeds are available right now.
Okay. I'll have to go revamp stuff when I get through. Somebody's saying eggshells with all the eggs that you have. Yes, we are composting the eggshells also.
Yes, we have tubs out there with eggshells composted in them.
And so that will go into
massive eggshells.
That will go into our garden area also.
Oh yeah.
Did you see the article from Feds recommending folks have 6 months supply?
Yes, I did. Matter of fact, I was sent a personal one.
I do believe people should have at least a 6 month supply.
Yeah, it was actually put out at 2 or 3 different times. It came out first in November, then it came out second in December. One was put out by the Department of Homeland Security. One was put out by the military. And there's another branch of the government that put another one out. So they've actually seen three of them put out by the federal government. And I do believe that there's a reason for that. I'm not going to go into it on here, but on Patreon I do talk about that.
A little bit
about it, yes.
We are starting to encourage, well, we've been encouraging people, but people are kind of slow to catch it. Have something stored up. Food, water, and I'm working on a video that I hope we can get done in the next few weeks, talking about 7 things that we think is essential to survival. And you should have these things stored up. So we're going to try and work on that video at some point when we have a few minutes to slow down.
Let me say something else about the thing that come out on about being prepared. America was only following in the footsteps of other countries. Sweden came out and done it first, I think. Canada's done it. That may have been Canada. Might have been before Sweden.
Canada did it
over a year and a half ago. People said that they actually sent things home with their kids from school, telling them to prepare. Then Sweden, and then we had Germany, we had Russia, a couple other places in my mind. I just can't remember right now. And the United States is just now following under their footsteps on this. So believe me, the elites are preparing for something.
And Lou's Northern Home says they said 6 months instead of 1 month, where they've been saying 1 month. And I saw something today, it was saying 2 weeks. You really need way more than 2 weeks, and you need more than 1 month.
Yes.
And she said she just recently watched a video of the items that ran out first in Venezuela. I told Danny, I said, we have so many people telling us things that are running out on shelves. It may be temporary, and it may be for a day or two, but if it happens in your town, let us know what's going on with these food shortages.
Yeah, I mean, if you take a picture, what we do is take pictures.
Yeah.
We take a picture and we store it in a database that we have of different resources that are running out in different places. And it's always different items, because used to the back of the warehouses stayed full of food. Now they don't. They're waiting on a truck to come in. I did a video call from truck to truck.
Sometime this past year
on one of my porch times. And because we were at a Walmart, and that's exactly what we experienced at Walmart. That's what they told us. It went from truck to truck. This past week, we saw signs in stores saying, we're sorry, we don't have this type of produce available anymore. There is a shortage due to climate issues. They actually have the signs in the stores. We'll get some pictures of that, hopefully, and be able to get them to you.
Mr. John said Pakistan officially told their people to prepare for
years. Yeah.
And that is true if you can. Dolly wants to know about what about feed for your animals. Danny and I are very blessed to live on 10 acres that is very well something that we can feed our animals for a long
plus
time.
Plus there's 7,000 acres behind us that's just woods. If I had to, I could go with my animals like a shepherd into those woods and my animals would be fine.
Yes, or we could go harvest things and bring in. There's not enough people out here that have animals and stuff that we'd have to worry too much about a run of people in the woods here. So we're blessed with that.
As a matter of fact, is it porch time I've got coming up that actually I discussed that about?
Probably.
I think it is.
Just watch porch time.
Yeah, I don't want to give anything away.
Yeah. Willis said they have that sign there and theirs too.
Yeah.
Because
it is. Well, no, it's on Patreon.
I don't remember.
It's on Patreon that I'm talking about that. I have a video coming up the day after New Year's. Yes.
Yes. After Katrina, I see what I'm saying. After Harvey, the truck stopped running for a few days, and the lines would wait for food when it finally came in. The same thing after Katrina. The same thing after every hurricane. There's no food anywhere for a while. People just line up to get what is available.
Yeah.
So if you have your own storage for a while until the trucks start running again, or until they're producing something or something is back in the stores, you do need something that you can eat. Even if you have to stretch it out for a while, you need something that
there's lots of things going on. I'll tell you all, even the ryegrass in our areas for cattle is not growing like it's supposed to. And I discussed that on Patreon in my video about what's going on and why plants aren't growing. I discussed what's going on in the atmosphere, the reason gardens are struggling. All that's on Patreon, coming up in a video the day after New Year's. It's a very lengthy video, but it's a good video. So if you're interested in finding out more about that, then go over to Patreon and just subscribe to it and watch the videos coming up, because I'm going to be doing several videos on what we're facing in this country over there.
Broussard, can you plant black-eyed peas from the grocery store?
Yes.
Yes, right now you can. We planted them and they grew just fine. That was a couple of years ago. They're saying they're building greenhouses on the tundras in Russia.
Russia is also giving people property to do organic gardening in their country. They're giving it to their citizens to do.
So
Walmart does not own the food on their shelves. It's all on consignment from the vendors. Yes, I agree with that. Yes.
that's why they lose so many. Like used to, say even 2 years ago, there would be 5 different kinds of coffee or something,
Yeah.
and now you see 3 or 2. They keep cutting back.
They're widening the aisles out.
Cutting back on the number of brands, things like that. It's everywhere. Same thing happened in the 1600s. Yes, it is all repeating.
It's a cylindrical cycle.
And I know somebody mentioned earlier, they said that 2019 was not the end of the world. Okay,
no, it's not the end of the world.
It is not the end of the world.
No, but it is the beginning of major climatical changes.
And it could be very difficult.
It could be very difficult to grow things. Right now, you can go outside and lay your hand on our ground. It's like putting your hand in a refrigerator.
And it's not been that cold.
And it's not been that cold. I mean,
it's just that our sun has been blocked with the chemtrails and the shadows.
All that's discussed on Patreon. Yeah.
Everything is messing up with our ground.
Yes, the Cajun Homesteader said the red beans from the dollar store grows also. We have grown them ourselves as an experiment. Yes, they do grow.
Yes. Okay, so we pretty much talked about.
We've way past our time up.
Okay, so the other goals for 2019. I was going to say 17. I'm going backwards.
We don't want to go back to 2017.
We're going to increase the goats, cows, and pigs, hopefully this year, and turkeys, because we have mama turkey.
We have mama turkey sitting on a bunch of eggs right now.
So the others we're increasing. We hope our cow is pregnant and the 3 goats.
And the 3 goats.
And then we will breed the pigs sometime soon.
Yep.
So we're hoping for a whole bunch of babies. We are having the gathering, which we mentioned earlier, March 9th. And sometime this year, we hope to work on the cabin. It is a work in progress. We are still
we're saving our money up. We're not putting it over. We're saving our money because we don't want to be in debt.
And we do want to put a roof over it when we go. We don't want to just put the flooring and the walls. We want the roof, the flooring, and the walls all at one time, so that when Danny starts, that's done.
Yeah.
And then we'll work on the inside as we get time.
Yeah. Let's see.
You talk and you put up prayer requests, things like that.
Yeah, y'all go ahead and start putting your prayer requests up because we've way overshot our time here. One's going to be putting up the link to Patreon. No, it's not. Patreon.com. Yes, you're right. Okay.
I got it.
And she's going to be putting that up for any of y'all who are interested in finding where we're at on Patreon. Going over because there's going to be videos over there about coming problems in this country, what we're facing, why our plants aren't growing, what's going on with the atmosphere, what's going on with our soil, all those kinds of things are over on Patreon after the first of the year.
The actual butchering.
The actual butchering videos of different animals are over there. How-to videos on doing things that will help sustain your life during a crisis situation. All those kind of things are going to be going over there.
On YouTube, whatever. On YouTube, we will still have Porch Time. We'll still have our live streams. There's still going to be cooking.
There'll still be informational videos will still be here. Yes.
We're not going away here. We're just adding that to it for some things. And butchering is one of them.
Yeah.
We've got several different ways.
We've got several different ways. And we got several different videos that we're just waiting to put up. We haven't put all of them up yet. They've been made. We're trying to put them out and space them out. Yes, a lot of people are boycotting Patreon because of Cody from Wrangler Star. Some people have been taken down off of Patreon. And Patreon's just like any other platform. It has its rules.
And
if you have to abide by the rules, if you break them, then they'll pull you down and shut you off. And that's going to be with anything. Just be thankful right now we have what freedom we have.
Yes, and we are, I think we're over everything. Oh, let's see. What time is it? Yeah, we're way over.
Yeah, we're way over our time.
We are going to be doing, I know. We had Beth asked about cooking with what you have. This is going to be an ongoing thing for me throughout 2019. I've been doing it on Deep South and on Crazy Days anyway.
Yeah.
But people need to know how and to use what they have to cook and not run to the store all the time, to learn to depend on what you have in your pantry and things like that. So that is going to be an ongoing set of videos, I guess, throughout the year.
Yeah.
Hey, Dee. So that's going to be I guess one of the things that I want to do a lot of talking about if I get chances.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more on a video perhaps about why people should be using the food that they have and surviving off of it instead of trying to depend on the big box store. And again, that's in Porch Time and Patron. So, I mean, I can't get into too much of that without giving them away.
Just know we got all these things coming up.
All of it's coming up. We're going to try to start 2019 off with a bang. Okay. Let's see here.
So, are you?
We'll
leave that one alone.
Yeah, leave it alone. Okay. I was just trying to read the comments. I'm going through
All right,
there.
so we've got a lot of people asking for prayer.
Yeah.
For family members and things. I didn't get to read all of them.
I was looking at a lot of them. Some people have some heart procedures going on and different things like that. Some
people lost loved ones.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Alternative power sources.
Yes.
Okay, she wants you to discuss those.
Some of those. Well, I'll be. Well, matter of fact, I have been working on some of those.
Okay.
Hospital with osteoporosis. My latest since yesterday. Expects to be there for a while. We got lots of people putting here.
Blue Ridge has 7 people with the flu. Ooh.
There's been a lot of people with the flu. I'm talking about lots of people.
You guys need to be on guard in it. You need some on guard.
You need to go to doTERRA. doTERRA has On Guard. On Guard is one of the best things for flu.
You need it in your house through
you need
diffusers.
A diffuser.
You need your...
Contact Wanda or Amanda for On Guard.
Yes, I have a link in the descriptions, my.doterra.com/Deep South Homestead. This time of the year for the flu, On Guard is your infection fighter, your germ fighter, whatever you want to call it. You need it, and it needs to be in your house. Dagmar
King, our Patreon channel costs $3 a month. That's very, very cheap. If you're interested in good information, and if it's worth $3 a month to you, then go to it. If it's not, it doesn't bother us. It doesn't hurt our feelings or anything like that.
Okay, so.
Okay.
We've got a lot of people asking for prayer.
A lot of people asking for prayer, so let's get that taken care of. Father, we come to you tonight. We lift up our hands in praise for you tonight. Father, we say to God be all glory and power given to you, Father. And Lord, we thank you that you love us and that you've provided so much for us now. And Father, tonight, on every person that's in this chat tonight, I want to ask for the blessings of obedience to be granted to each and every one of them, and then the fruits of the Spirit also, Father, to be granted to them. I want you to make them the head and not the tail, Father. I want them to always be in front and never behind. I want them to always be able to lend and to never have to borrow, Father. And Father, these are the kind of things that we want our people here on this channel to be. And Lord, we thank you that you're so good to us. Many of them here, Father, have expressed prayers for physical illnesses, Lord. Some maybe have some mental illnesses, Lord. Some of them may have some strongholds in their lives that are very difficult for them to break down, Father, because the adversary is just so strong in their life and is really working on their weaknesses. Father, we pray for all these things. Some have some procedures coming up that needs your guiding hand on them and the surgeons, Lord, and the ones doing the procedures. And I pray for them to be able to have the best care in the world, Father, be given to them. And that they come out all right and don't really find any problems wrong with them now. And Father, there are those that have lost loved ones throughout these times of the year. They're supposed to be joyous times of the year, and yet it brings sadness to some people because of the loss of their loved ones. But Father, we pray that you'll fill that void in their hearts and that spot, so that they might be able to spend some more joyous holiday seasons, even though they have lost loved ones. And Father, we think about those that have financial problems right now. Lord, maybe they're living on limited incomes. We all really live on a limited income, and with the future that we have lying ahead of us in the next few years, we're probably all going to be without an income at some point. And Father, I pray that right now that they'll have the money they need to be able to meet their needs and to be able to get stuff bought up ahead for what's coming in this country, Father. And Lord, I do pray for your people. I pray for the elected officials in this country, for the flood victims, Lord, that were all around us here that's experienced flooding the last few days. I pray for them that they can find some sort of restitution in this and be able to get their lives back in order. And Father, there's so much to pray about, Father, because there's so many catastrophes taking place in our country right now. And Lord, we just ask that you look over all your people, no matter what's going on in their lives. If they have cancer, bronchitis, it doesn't matter, Father, whatever it is, heart conditions, physical issues of any kind, that they can find healing in their bodies tonight, Father. Lord, be with us as we look forward to the new year. We pray that 2019, even though scientists say it's going to be a traumatic year climate-wise, I'm praying for the people in this chat here tonight that they don't have these problems, Lord, that they don't have to face all the problems that everybody else faces, but that the things will go around their place and that they'll be able to grow enough food to be sustainable for the coming years of food shortages in this country now. Lord, we want to tell you how much we appreciate you and love you, being with us every step of our life now. We ask this in thy name. Amen. Okay. Let's see here.
I just forgot. I forgot my stuff.
Oh, what are you going for? Dolly says, can we do a video on medical herbs? We have a video coming out here pretty soon on homesteading medicinal plants. I know that. I just don't know what day it's coming out on. Did it actually?
I don't know if it melted enough.
It may not have got hot enough because we're in here and the fire went out in the... One that made a s'more, a psychedelic s'more.
It's got Ghirardelli, or I don't know how you say it, Ghirardelli.
Yeah, Ghirardelli chocolate.
With sea salt caramel in it and rainbow s'mores.
Yes.
That's what I'm fixing to be enjoying, guys.
Guys, let me say this. We want to wish each and every one of y'all a very happy new year for the year coming in 2019. And I pray that everyone can have a blessed day in that. The country homestead preacher said, how is the dog issue next door? It has not gotten any better. As a matter of fact, it seems to be escalating all the time. We really don't know what the Lord is going to do in that area. We feel like he's going to do something. We just don't know what at the moment. So we keep praying. It's good. I can tell it's good. It's shrinking everywhere over there. But we keep praying that God will answer the prayer over
really
there.
Good.
Will videos on Patreon from January still be available to view in February? Yes, they should.
I believe, unless I take them down, they'll always
unless we
be
pull them down, they'll always be up there.
I don't see any reason for us to take them down. But I believe once I put them up, as long as I leave them up, they're still available for people to view from month to month. It may just be a little, I don't know how the search engine is over there, so I don't know.
Yeah.
On that, but there's still, I think if you go to our channel, you're subscribed to us, you can just run back and see all the posts.
You can see all the posts and all the videos, and what people's commented, all that kind of stuff.
I do believe that's it. Okay.
Okay, you through.
This is just good. I forgot about it.
Oh yes, guys, we have thoroughly enjoyed y'all this past year. You've been a blessing to us, and I know y'all always say we're a blessing to you.
But you don't know how much
But
y'all
you
bless us.
just don't know what a blessing y'all are to us, because we need you as bad as you say you need us.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
we enjoy these Saturday nights.
Yeah,
it's
do.
Just it's our date night, I guess. We date
it's
our date night with y'all.
It's our date night with y'all. I mean,
because
we come back
we
here.
look forward to our Saturday night all the time.
We actually, this is the one thing of the week we actually really look forward to is spending time with our friends here on our YouTube. So, I know it's sad we can't see y'all, but y'all can see us.
Lots of them have sent me pictures, so I kind of know. And I can't say if you walked up today, I could put a name to a face. But a lot of them have sent us pictures of them.
Yes.
Christmas cards, whatever. And I forgot.
And we've met a lot of them.
We met a lot.
We haven't met all 50-something thousand, but
we've met a lot throughout going to the Tennessee conference and then
our gatherings and people just coming by for a visit.
Yeah. Let me do this right quick.
Okay.
Patsy from Illinois. I did forget our card. So Patsy from Illinois. This is Bumblebee. Bumblebee, I did get the card. I just forgot it Wednesday. Where was Bumblebee from? I forgot. Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Bumblebee is from Pennsylvania. Donna from Arizona. I got a card from her. And this is from Miss Colleen in Hawaii.
Hawaii.
It is a calendar with all these. It's gorgeous. And she has sent the Malabar spinach seeds. So if I get those up, you guys, somebody's wanting some Malabar spinach, we'll see. So I did get the last of the cards, unless somebody sends something in the mail and I just hadn't got to it. So now then. So are we through?
Georgia Garden Girl says, Duncan, I'm in a wheelchair too. C5 through C7 spinal cord injury from Gulf War. I started walking 6 months ago. Amen. I hope everything continues to go well with you, Georgia Garden Girl.
She was supposed to come visit us, I think.
I think she was, yeah.
She had something happen.
Praise the Lord. That's what I'm saying. Praise the Lord. Okay, guys. We got to get off of here. I'm
enjoying this too much.
I know you are. I'd like to see you finish it in peace, and the way you like to eat it. So
it's really good, y'all.
Yeah.
S'mores on the wood heater. Just saying.
Yes.
They're very, very good. You guys have a happy New Year. And
you might want to click that button before you do that.
Well, I was. I mean, did you save Danny any of that? No.
Nope, she did.
Can't have any.
I can't have it. She just eats in front of me. And I eat pecan cookies in front of her.
Well, you ate the sweet potato stuff.
I did. I got hungry.
I forgot mine.
I know.
He wasn't going to remind me.
I'm not going to share either.
Thank you, guys. Y'all have a happy New Year.
Thank you, guys.
See you in another video.
See you in the next video.